Hi, welcome back to my channel. Unusual. So there's a half a spread on the table and I've stopped midway and decided that maybe I should film it and see how this goes. Something I haven't done before, something a little bit weird. And the reasoning behind it was because as I was throwing down the cards, I was actually doing this to Owl Moon's video. So I was working alongside her video and it was just the first card came out, which is the moon card. That was the first one that came out. It jumped actually. So I took that for card one and put my cards down. I'm about to work the second part of the spread. I've made no notes. I haven't looked at anything and thought this might be quite cool to share because her spread seems to be intriguing and sharing and enjoying and embracing another YouTuber, one that I've watched for a couple of years now as well. So just to prove, you can see my pad is over here. It's on pause. Oops, sorry. So it's on pause. I'm 16 minutes in. And so this is, how do we get out of this? Nope. So it's this lady. So Racine at Owl Moon 513. This is the ritual rites, a tutorial spread for crafting personal ritual. And so I was watching it and then decided to kind of like work along, give it a go, throw it into my journal. And I thought I was going to use it to find out like what the heck is going on with the moon right now, because today is the 23rd of March. Yesterday and the night before, so the 22nd and the 21st here in the UK, both looking up at the sky, not only did it feel like, but it also looked like full moon in the sky. But we're still in the waxing stages. I mean, yesterday should have been like 94%, I think some of the girls in the Facebook group said, and it might be 97 today going into tomorrow. And then obviously the moon should be on the 25th, which would be Monday here. But it doesn't feel like it to me. For the last couple of months, it's felt like the moon has been 2 days before the advertised full moon. Let me know if you guys are feeling the same energies. So I've got her, I can't enlarge it, that's as large as I can get it. So I've got her prompts here. And obviously I wanted to give a little shout out to her as well, just to let her know that I'm doing this within 16 minutes of listening to her. So I haven't heard the entire thing about the spread, but this is about creating ritual when doing spreads. And for me, this is a little bit of self-care for myself as well. So my ritual around today is just self-care, just recouping, because I have been absolutely wiped out energy-wise and things. And I'm just doing a few things for myself and, you know, treating myself. Had some good food, fires are lit in the front room, and I'm here in the other room just, running a spread, playing with my cards, something I have not done for a little while in midday. And what I've done is I've put down my 7 cards, but I didn't read the prompts here because I didn't realise that they were in the chat until she said that they are in the, she's put them down. So she started doing the prompts as we were going. So this is a 2-deck spread. Sorry to be wittering on. So I've laid down 7 cards. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Racine works intuitively. And she lays spreads out not so much to position, but to how it looks pretty or, you know, aesthetically pleases her. When I say I'm in self-care, I do have a small glass of wine here as part of my setup. So I've got my journal, and just when I put everything on pause to get this camera out and start, I have thrown the spread into my journal. So I've just got the prompts here. Now she's talking about, so this is, I've put it down as tarot for ritual, okay? And she talks about working with deity and things. So this could be a spread that you put down intentionally to work with deity on a particular subject. And at the start of her video, she talks about setting an intention or amplifying the reading with, you know, a thingy card. You know what I mean? For what it is that you want to amplify in your reading or focus your intention on. Now, I didn't do that, and that was the first thing that became apparent when I started shuffling and got my jumper card. So I have put here that, here we go. So I've got approaching a full moon, following funky energy levels. So this is basically what I'm pulling my spread around. and then I've written down here. But before I wrote these down and knew what I was doing, shuffling, first card out, as I said, is the moon card, which I thought was absolutely fascinating. So approaching a full moon following funky energy, card 1 falls out. Now prompt 1 is, what is the core theme of this ritual, or, you know, this spread? The moon. So this is my second time, I think, working with this in a spread. So I just thought that was absolutely, you know, one of those moments. I thought, you're never going to believe me because I've already dropped the cards. This one here felt like it needed 2 cards, so I just put 2 cards down here before I knew what the positioning is for, and we've got these. Now, Racine also, like myself, works with the base of the deck for the base energy. So the base of my deck is the 9 of Swords. I have turned it upright, so I do have that on the base of my deck. And that stack was there before I started, just so I didn't knock them over when I picked that up to show you all. And the deck that I'm using for this is the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. So it's mass market. It's a US games deck, and it's a really curious deck. The second deck, so she said that you could use a oracle on top of the tarot. Because I'm, you know, a tarot person, so tarot, and so is she. So tarot is first set down, and then the oracle on top. So I don't know how this is going to work. It's a new deck to me. It's another one inspired by the fabulous Rochelle at Amethyst Ascension. And this one is the Healing Spirits Oracle. So she has some really interesting pairings and things with this deck when she first got it, and it's just been sat in the back of my mind and my wish list. So I have shuffled, mine's edged by the way, I have shuffled it, and I'm well aware I've riffled it incorrectly because I've got upside down cards in here, so I'm not going to work with the upside down cards. They will just be turned over as and when I get there. But so yeah, so as we're going, so the question being number 1, so card 1 up here, what is the core theme of this ritual? Well, we already have the moon card, and I don't know what more this deck is going to be able to bring me to go with that. And that will just turn off in a minute, so we won't worry too much. So what is the core theme of this ritual? So 1 has flipped while I'm shuffling, so I'm taking it out. And we have got, it isn't about being right, it's about doing the right thing. And like, if you take a look at that card, it's like a face breathing out with the moon, and then we've got like a person kind of free there, free diving. And then we have the synchronicity in the card here. We have kind of a person, we have a moon, got the eyes and things, but almost, you know, she could be coming out of the moon. So I think that's quite interesting. So that's going to be an interesting thing. So the core theme of this ritual, what is the energy, you know, following all this funky energy levels with the full moon, what's going on? So yeah, we have the moon as the energy, but with regards to the funky energy levels, I think it's going to be more like go with the flow. Don't worry about it, you know, forget about it, kind of comes to mind. So number 2, what is the primary element coming forwards? Now she says you take the element of the card. So I have the 5 of Wands here. So therefore the element would be the fire suit, you know, that kind of, so the fire suit to me in this aspect of a reading would be the spiritual nature, the, you know, my inner spirit, my, perhaps even my magic, perhaps my ritual in general sense, talking about ritual. And then if I wanted to know why that element, I could put a card down. So should we do that for fun? So why the spirit element? You came to serve. Again, another beautiful card. So the 5 of Wands is because I came to serve. I'm hoping this is going to work out for you all on the screen. We'll do that one. But yeah, they are gorgeous cards. Might work better that way, to be fair. Just because they're so big, right? But there is like an ethereal, anyway, yeah, there's definitely an ethereal feeling with these. So prompt number 3, what should my intention focus on? So I have the 2 of Swords, and of course, instantly 2 of Swords, you have, balance, thought process, communication, direction comes to mind. Let's have a look at what the Oracle says. Of course, there's the other option here. So with the 2 of Swords, with it being a kind of intention focus, like a magical intention, I think, if I remember rightly, Racine said that you could leave this one out, so you could leave this off the spread and not put it in. And I think she said that about card 6 as well. Something about 3 6s and 9s, she said in her start of her video. So I think that one could also be left out, but I've got them in here. So I was just thinking also with the crosses, if I took that as a complete image, protection. What should my intention focus on? So protection as well, maybe there. Excuse me, clumsy shuffling. But this is the one that actually fell on the floor. So I'm going to take this one. Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. And again, more colours matching in there. I'm going to take a sip of wine. Okay, so card number 4 is what is the emotional / experience I'm surrendering to the ritual, this circle, this deity, whatever you want to do here in this moment, and I'm putting to the universe and moon. And interestingly, we have the devil, so I definitely need to get rid of some controlling elements. So let's take a look and see how we clarify the devil. I guess that kind of makes sense though, doesn't it? Like I'm asking, like, what on earth is with all this funky energy? Because I haven't got a clue whether I'm coming or going, what's going on, how to steer, navigate. But then if I'm trying to steer and navigate, I suppose in many ways that means I'm trying to control, right? Let's just take a look. So we have carry the torch for others to see, wake up the world. Wake up the world. What is the emotional experience I'm surrendering to the universe and the moon? Okay, so it's not my job to wake up the world. I'm gonna reverse action that. So it's not my job to wake up the world. It's not my job right now to be everyone else's beacon of light. Because maybe I need to be my own. Maybe this is the problem. Perhaps I'm giving away too much of myself to everyone else. So maybe this one here is protection for how I need to focus my energies this full moon coming, and stop trying to navigate, circumnavigate, steer, direct other people as well in this current climate, because I know everyone is having problems, and so it feels a bit like trying to wrangle, round up the flock and help them make sense of what's going on. But perhaps this isn't my time to help them make sense. Perhaps this is their time to make sense of their own stuff. So something to think about there, right? Number 5, so I have 2 cards came out for number 5. I have the Lovers and the Queen of Pentacles, and the prompt is, what is an emotion or experience I'm ready to explore through my work with the moon and universe right now? So the Lovers, so I've got relationships, Queen of Pentacles, that kind of homestead. So this to me feels like it's telling me to work on my personal relationships. So maybe this is the focus of me and my partner. With the Lovers very much being a card for Gemini, which is me. And Queen of Pentacles is another card that I sometimes aspire to be, especially in my home. So let's take a look and see what the Oracle has to give us for this. So what is an emotion experience I'm ready to explore through my work with the moon and universe? So we have all is well. To go with that. And green. So again, there's another synchronicity there for me. I mean, you may not see it, but this one to me feels like a big synchronicity. So we have all is well, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So not really focusing on what's wrong with the relationships, but focusing on what's right with the relationship, what is good about the relationship, what nourishes and what's nurturing in this aspect. Okay, so number 6, we have the Four of Wands, and this one is, what is the moon's message for me around this specific working? Now, this is the other one I said that you don't need to use. I've put the words moon and universe in, and I'm just trying to read what it says on my screen, which is why I've worked my screen back up. So yeah, it says optional. What is my deity's message for me around specific working? For card number 6. And of course, I said I've changed that to what is the moon's message for me around this specific working? So I've got the Four of Wands. So that stability, happiness of spirit. Like, to me, that's everything that brings warmth, home, happiness, stability, security into life. So it links to the Lovers for me. These two link quite nicely. I don't know that I would need to clarify that, but we can see what a clarifier says. So I have inner space and universal knowledge. Four of Wands, inner space and universal knowledge, inner space. Okay, that's interesting. As I said, I haven't really worked with either of these decks properly. This one's definitely not. So I may well just run through the book a little bit to see what's going on in there. And then the 7th card, how can I best remain present in my ritual? And we've got 8 of Swords. Now that's a really interesting card to have, isn't it? For how can I best remain present in my ritual? And she's bound, right? How can I best remain present in my ritual? I feel like that's linking to how I perform the ritual, how I perform the threads of my ritual, how I choose to execute it through my communication, the way I choose to communicate it, and then being bound to my words. So, of course, that is going to tie me to the ritual within which I'm doing. But let's just, out of curiosity, see what the cards say. Be the best version of yourself and start today. What a gorgeous image that one is. So I feel like I've got a lot of purple in here from a colour perspective. Really, I'm loving the fact that for the Devil, we got all this hot energy as well. So again, synchronicities within what's going on. Within my girl in the Two of Swords and my fairy, we've got all of this beautiful ethereal colourings in behind. For my Queen of Pentacles, we have the green. So it feels like these cards, these decks read well together. But now I'm just curious, so let's take a look out of interest, and let's take a look at the book. I don't think there's much in the books about these cards. I mean, I could be wrong, but let's see. So number 31. So, as you see, like I said, really not a lot. So it says the same thing there, be the best version of yourself and start today. And this is, how can I best remain present in my ritual with the 8 of Swords? You have the potential to grow spiritually and raise your life to a much higher level now. The wise spirit sages show us that we are always a chance. There is always a chance to grow and expand on a positive way, which will not only affect us all, but those we love. They are reminding you of this now. Remember, you have the right to be brilliant and successful, to push your boundaries and exceed all the limits. The only thing that can stop you from growing is your own limited thinking. So get going and keep on growing. Your life holds amazing possibilities and the potential to be better every day. So what do you think? And then, I guess, just for curiosity's sake, let's see what the swords say. And the base of the deck was 9 of Swords, so actually, because it's opened up for us here. So, depression, despair, terror, serious illness, mental torture. Mental torture is probably more the base feeling here. We have the 9 of Swords, shows distressed woman sitting, covering her ears. She's anxious and afraid. Yeah, so covering my ears, slight anxiety. I wouldn't say afraid. No light in the card, but that's probably a lot of how I've been feeling when I said right at the start, this funky energy levels and what's going on with the full moon right now. So I think that is probably pretty good as an underlying energy to everything that's going on. With the 8 of Swords, so woman bound in red fabric, eyes closed, thoughtful, unable to move, feels trapped, isolated. The card represents negative thought processes, being held back, trapped by your own thoughts and emotions. Take a chance. Allow yourself to be freed from negative beliefs and feelings. The upright meaning, feeling trapped, isolation and paralysis. Reverse, empowerment, taking control. And I said that this one, for me, felt more along the lines of the ritual itself. So the threads within which I weave my intentions and my communications is how I remain present in my ritual. And again, being the best version of yourself then. So perhaps I'm working with my intention, my thought process, and making sure that it's all coming from the right place. The other thing I'm noticing now, I'm looking at the spread and reflecting, is we have a lot of purple, which I have said, but inside that, so which chakra am I activating here? So for me, purple is going to be my third eye, my crown chakra. So it also feels like linking back to the spirit of self, energy, passion. It also feels like with the moon, we are also working on those hidden kind of feelings, thoughts, powers, mystical energies are also going to be a big part of this. We have Max just come to join us. Yeah, anyway, there's a lot to think about. So I will be sticking it into my journal. So there'll be some stuff jotted into here as well, as always. And I might maybe take a photo, screenshot of the prompts and stick it into my digital journal too, just to make it easy. And my pen basket is here. So I will now carry on journaling my prompts and things and my thoughts down. I just thought it was interesting. Figured you guys may or may not be interested. But if you try this out, don't forget to tag Our Moon. What did I say? Our Moon 315. I always say 365, I think. But Our Moon 351. Oh my word. And on YouTube, and she's also on Instagram. So if I link her video below, you can click on that, get her links for Instagram, and you can also post your spreads on Instagram, where I'm sure she'll be thrilled to see what you come up with. Okay. That's just a weird one for me. So take care. See you in the next one. Look after yourselves. Bye.